Aloha, friends and neighbors. Welcome to show 976. Roland Frost here, Kona astrologer, eking out a living on the Kona coast and providing you, hopefully, with a little more light in your life, a little adventure. And you're about to get a whole month of it because we've got a new moon, August 14th at 21 Leo. And that new moon trines Uranus. Oh boy. So you had 2 months before this, you had a good moon. It set off the Uranus-Jupiter trine, and everybody had some awakenings. I had some amazing, aha! Oh, why didn't I see that before? Kept happening to me, and simple truths, sometimes really simple, that but changed my whole attitude and released a lot of difficulties, tensions. Anyway, it's a process you get to do again on the new moon in Leo. And for now, here's a pattern of planets. We're going to go around it and take the moon around the edge of it and see what angles it makes to the other actors on the stage, generating the mood of the times, giving you a little better chance to plan around what's going on in the sky. Make your life a little smoother. Pave the path, I used to call it. Here's the moon running around the edge. It's in Leo while you're watching the show. If you're on Thursday morning, the moon's going by Venus. Yeah. No, wait a minute. Excuse me. Venus is retrograde. It's going from 23 Leo back to 17. So Venus's position is up here, which is Friday morning, real early. Well, this is, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock a.m. There's Venus at 21 degrees. So these are the degrees. There's 20, 21. Yeah, you might consider this Thursday night. It's going to depend on your location a little bit, but Friday morning. It happens kind of suddenly because here's the Uranus trine. You're sitting right on it. You're on the new moon. If you're on the Thursday night show, you're on a new moon and it's trining Uranus. And it's a chance to take the path less traveled. That's what, And there's amazing things when you take the path less traveled. You get to understand things that other people, in a great herd of humanity do not. So this is a month to do it. Step out. You'll get lots of new ideas here. Starting Thursday night, Friday morning. Friday morning on the new moon, it's like a whole new world. Moon's still in Leo. Continues that way. And it starts to cool off as you go through Friday because here's the square at 28 degrees up to this nasty guy. And he says, wait a minute, it's cold, or there's not enough money, or there's not enough time, or you can't do that, it's against the law. There's laws, there's Saturn, here's the judge. And so a lot of the people that are stepping out to do things, standing up in new ways, righteously so, they're going to take a little heat, from the judge and the laws and the old people and those people in the suits and the ties. Wait a minute, don't we all want to make money? Oh, there was something I wanted to show you. I might as well do it here. I used to really want to be a cartoonist. I feel a cartoonist tells you more in a picture in a simple way. Anyway, BC's one of my favorites. What does he say here? We tolerate a corrupt military-industrial complex for the sake of a false sense of security, Peter. Wow, this is, the clarity of a simple cartoon. We're spending more money on arms than the rest of the world put together. And we've got more people in jail. Amazing. New truths. Well, the Republicans here, Saturn, the guys with all the money, they're going to argue Friday night. Ignore it. Jupiter comes in next. The moon goes by Jupiter here, and it gives you a new idea again. New aha is what Jupiter does. Throws these lightning bolts of truth. And aha, now I see it clear. And the bankers don't want that. They're the ones with the billions. Trump, amazing thing. I got lots of money. I don't need your money. So, real Leo, huh? You can bet that's his rising sign. He acts like a Leo. Wears gold. You wouldn't see him in silver. Earth and water signs wear silver. Fire and air signs wear gold. So, you go by Jupiter, you're going to get some ahas. Yeah, it's really Friday night late. So you got to get over the blues first. First you got to hit the score to Saturn. I ain't got no money. Next there'll be a conjunction of Jupiter, and you'll say, who cares? I'm happy, I'm healthy. And optimism will hit. Kind of manic depressive. In this case it's depressive first and then manic Friday. You know, it's part of the passing scene. Don't buy into it. The moon's in Virgo, and as you go through Saturday, it becomes increasingly confusing and foggy, you know, because here's Saturday afternoon, the moon opposes Neptune. And we're not sure. What is that, a priest telling me this? Oh, a doctor telling me that. No, take this drug. Not that illegal pot. Heavens no. Well, there's so much confusion. And the Mayans call smoke and mirrors, huh? And a lot of people pick that up, that's the nature of Neptune. Decisive investigation happens late Saturday night. Around 10, 11 o'clock, the moon trines Pluto. And suddenly, you start sorting it all out. What do you mean? A lot of people making money selling snake oil medicine. But there's a real snake oil medicine, isn't there? Son of a gun. A lot of people call themselves astrologers, but they're not really doing it. A lot of people call themselves doctors, but they're not really doctoring. A lot of people call themselves leaders, but they're not really leading, are they? A lot of people call themselves policemen. Are they really policing? Okay, enough of that. Frost, get on with it. Sunday is increasingly Virgo-like. The moon's going through Virgo. You'll sort it all out, you know. Separate the wheat from the chaff. Yeah. On Monday morning, the 17th, the moon trines Saturn, or sextiles. Sextile Saturn, you're organized. You got it together. The time and the money, all the physical stuff. Feel good and secure with that. Maybe you'll buy into what the banker tells you. I don't know. But we're all kind of nurturing everybody here in the afternoon. The moon goes by the north node, the dragon's head, a place where mothering flows out. We all feel a little mothered. Got to mother everybody. Yeah. A lot of people need food and water. And there's young people out there, heroes. Here's a sextile to Mars. It's Monday night. Start planning what you're going to do, the physical stuff, huh? So this is almost like a military Monday. It starts with the general saying, okay, we figure this out, and ends with the soldier, Mars, saying, I'll do it. Not bad. Physical world has to be taken care of, you know. On Tuesday, the 18th, there's a square to Pluto. You're back in the old Uranus-Pluto thing. Territoriality, power, control, guns? Who needs the guns? I don't need no stinking badge. Moon squaring Pluto, nobody likes it. Trouble for all. Policemen, keep your heads down. Leave your gun at home. Can you do that if you're a policeman? I bet you're required to carry a gun. Anyway, yeah, the rebel call is here late Tuesday night. It's actually Wednesday morning with the opposition to Uranus. And you know, that people don't like you taking the path less traveled. They don't like some rebels, nonconformists, you know, hippies, geeks, all sorts of odd people that don't belong, gypsies, my goodness. people of brilliance who do their own thing. Jews, eek. So, nonconformists kind of, watch out for the scientists, because they look like they're conforming, but they're doing their own thing. Union people, hooray, nobody's going to like them then. What happened to the unions in our country? Made Trump really happy. The unions disappearing. Oh well. Wednesday, the moon's still in Libra on the 19th, and here's a nice sextile to Venus. There's some sweets Wednesday morning, and people are smiling, and you feel a little better. And Wednesday afternoon, here's a sextile to the sun, and we get a plan. We can get things going. Yeah, feels good. Feels good to plan things and be in charge, and that's the feeling of the father here, Wednesday afternoon. Wisdom hits early Thursday morning. There's a sextile to Jupiter. The moon's in Scorpio. Wisdom flows, but people are increasingly irritable. There's a square to Mars. People get angry here, Thursday afternoon. And ask yourself what you're protecting. If you start to get hot, you probably don't know what to protect or how to do it. As soon as you know, there'll just be physical things to do. There's some work here. Get it done. There's cold beer when you're done. Here's a trine to Neptune and some music, and seemingly some belief comes back to you. If you've been out trotting the path less trodden. It's nice to get back with the herd, and sing all the music together. But there's no comfort in it. Here's Friday morning, the 21st, and there's a square to Venus, and the poor girl is having trouble. In fact, I'm here on the 27th of February, of July. The 27th of July, and we're talking about what happened the other day when Venus stationed, okay? And here it was. I had told you it was going to be real sexy. I was wrong. It wasn't. And in fact, just the opposite. It turns out it was very strange. And I'd forgotten the fact that Venus here was in square to Saturn when she stopped. So anyway, led you a little bit astray. Sorry. Okay, here we are feeling like ticked off heroes, impatient and angry. And it's August 20th on Thursday. And then we get some inspiration. Friday on the 21st, well, not much peace and quiet, not much sweets. But Mercury's kicking. Take the kids out. Communicate, transportate, go out for a walk, you'll feel a lot better. If you sit around, be lazy, and eat sugar, that's a square to Venus. That's happening the first half of Friday. Get out, walk around. You'll forget the craving for sugar. In fact, the less you do of it, the better, because once the moon leaves Scorpio, well, just before it leaves Scorpio, right here, Saturday morning, the 22nd, it's still in Scorpio, and it's going to go by Saturn. Eek! There's also a square to the sun. All your plans fall apart. They have to be, it's going to take twice as much money and 3 times the people. And, things are looking down. I wonder what Trump will say here. This is, I got more money than everybody. Well, right now it's kind of scary when you realize that those guys in the business suits, think they're in charge of everything. And they certainly are going to make a fuss on Saturday. And here's a square to Jupiter. They stop you from expanding. There's no laughing about this. This is the worst kind of stuff that government does and business does. Here's the greedy Scrooge in charge Saturday morning. So it kind of stops the party here a bit. And by Sunday morning, moon's still in Sagittarius. Starts that way before lunch Saturday. And here's the square to Neptune. Here's confusion Sunday night. Now this can easily turn into too much alcohol, bad drugs, bad smells. See, this is about 2 o'clock in the morning on Sunday the 23rd. And not a good time. If you got all down because you were so depressed, and this is a very depressive thing. It is manic depressive stuff for all of us. Most of the people out there don't know how to treat their depression except with alcohol. And if you do that, you're getting stuck in it, and you're chasing a 2-beer high, and it goes well into Sunday morning with confusion and delusion. And where did I leave my car keys? So Sunday, as you'll go through the day, in around dinner time, here's a nice trine to Venus, and so there's some sweets and some love and some brotherhood clicks in. Look at that, Sunday night the 23rd. It's late, it's midnight, but there's a trine to Uranus, and this is a new moon point too. So this is another enlightenment place. Sunday night, Monday morning. When do we get it over here? It's well, we're hitting trines and sextiles. They happen every 6 days or so. Anyway, this is a time to step out and to go ahead and be a little rebellious. And most of all, don't be discouraged if you're doing something like all the wonderful Hawaiians that are blocking that big telescope up there. And when you go through these things, how can I say this? There was a new moon, and wonder of wonders, we all got these enlightened ideas. I realized I got to do more study on Hawaiian astrology. I realized a bunch of other things that just relaxed me and changed direction subtly. It was a trine to Jupiter and to Uranus, and it was a wonderful month. And then in the middle of July, there was a nasty new moon, and it squared Uranus, the 23 Cancer. And that guy, whoa, suddenly all the innovation didn't seem to work, and my electronics are breaking. My own personal TV broke. All these weird things happened. Kind of lost the thread. I wish I hadn't taken this path less trodden in a way, see? And all the Hawaiians are facing the judge, and all these guys just say, we've got our shit together, and we know exactly, you step over that line here, you're on the X property, and we're going to jail you and charge you. And this is typical Saturn stuff, huh? And stuck with it for a month until August 14th. Now here's a trine to Uranus. Uranus opens up. So you've had a good month for Uranus, wonderful month with Jupiter and trine. Then you had a new moon squared, and everybody closed down. They put a big sign, you can't go down this path. But, somebody knocks a sign down here, August 14th, and you realize it was a dumb sign, and we all go down the path for the next month. I'll tell you, that there never was a protest movement that didn't face, you're on my property. I remember at Berkeley what they used to do was just have a sit-in. Occupy it, lock arms, do non-violent stuff and make them force you to pick you up and haul you away to the hoosgow.